with Tony Gwynn Jr.
Well, I want to see greatness.
I love greatness.
Chris Ello.
You can't swing a cat around without hitting 4 or 5 idiots anymore.
And Matt Skraby.
I love greatness.
Don't blame us for any side effects.
You thrilled our fans throughout the postseason with a great performance.
Gwynn and Chris are ready to go.
All right, welcome to it. Finally a Friday, everybody. And we're back in action tonight. Padres, try to get back in the win column in Colorado against the Rockies. We are on ahead of that ball game. It is Gwynn and Chris Ello, and Mr. Skraby alongside in the Odyssey Palace Studios. Tony Gwynn Jr. is idle today. I don't believe he's even on the road trip.
No,
Colorado.
He's definitely not.
Yeah, he'll be back in the booth, I believe, next week when the Padres get home. They got Cincinnati coming in next week, and they have 4 with the Rockies coming in next weekend. But right now the focus is on what can the Padres do to get out of this muck and mire that they are in. They've dropped 8 out of 10. Their starting pitching has been downright awful. And tonight, they send to the mound clearly their best starter. They don't have a guy better than Nick Pivetta, except at Coors Field. The numbers suggest that Nick Pivetta ought to stay in the hotel room. He's lost all 4 of his career starts at Coors Field, and he has an ERA of 17.36. It brings up something, and I have a feeling you and I and the listeners are going to end up going down a path that has become all too familiar lately.
Uh-oh.
But I'm going to bring in this. Here's the thing. Based on a lot of the analytics that fans have now and have access to, based on a lot of the statistics that fans look at and have access to, based on a lot of that stuff, I think there's a lot of Padre fans, and maybe right now it's part frustration because they're losing, part this, that, and the other. But Padre fans think the lineup should be changed around. And we'll get specific about that later, but more specific on it later when the lineup today comes out. It's not out today yet. But I think a lot of people think it should be changed. And what they base that on is what, Scrape? Previous results, right? That's what you base it on. You base it on previous results. You look at something, you see what certain guy's been doing this season, what he's done in his career, and Mike Schilt obviously sees it one way and puts these guys where he puts them. A lot of the listeners and fans and the people who, call me names on Twitter, they see it a completely different way, and they think Mike Schilt ought to change it. But either way, both sides are basically going by past information to make their decision. All right, so let's just leave that aside for the moment. Now come back to Pivetta. In what world should the Padres even think about starting Nick Pivetta tonight? And I know the answer to that is, what are you, an idiot? Of course we got to start Pivetta. He's our best pitcher. But the numbers clearly say that he has no chance to be successful tonight. So where do we start accepting past performance, and where do we ignore past performance? Because clearly we have to ignore past performance tonight and put Nick Pivetta on the mound. And why is he on the mound? Because he's clearly been one of the best pitchers we've had all year. But his first start in Coors Field this year, 4 innings, 6 runs, very similar to all of his other starts there. So it's a bit of a conundrum if you ask me. You have to, at some point, trust your guys to be able to do what we've all come to expect them to do. And that means Pivetta has to start tonight. This isn't even a conversation. But we are overlooking some pretty obvious statistics that say he should go nowhere near this game. Furthermore, Dylan Cease is going to start Sunday. He's yet to win a game on the road. We're going to send him out to the road. It's just, it's weird to me because we are able to apply certain things, and then the same thing we can't apply over here. Manny Machado, for example, when he went 14 games in a row without an RBI, was never even considered to take out of the 3 spot. Why? His track record says you keep him there and he'll start driving in runs sooner rather than later. And they did keep him there, and he got out of that slump, and now he's pretty much been in another one. I think he has 2 home runs since the end of July. But past performance says Manny's the guy that has to bat in the middle of your order. I'm sure that in Philadelphia a couple of weeks ago when Kyle Schwarber went 0 for 20, do you remember this? He had a big 0 for 20 slump. They lost every game to the Mets. He went 0 for 20, etc. I got to believe that there's some Philadelphia fans, if I know them as well as I think I do, who thought it was time for Kyle Schwarber to take a rest, except for the fact that the next game he hit 4 home runs. And they didn't take him out of the lineup because he's a threat to hit those 4 home runs. That's exactly why you keep him in there. And you keep Pivetta in there tonight because he's a threat to pitch like he has all season. Despite what the previous numbers say, Pivetta is a real threat to go out there tonight, give you 7 shutties, and get you back back on track. So we'll see. It's just something that kind of came to my mind, Skrabe. Am I outlandish here?
You don't want my answer.
Okay. Well, I don't want to. All right, you disagree with me then?
No, I think that
you don't think there's a comparison between the lineup and the starting rotation
because we see Luis Ariz on a daily basis.
Okay,
and you and Tony for years have told me you can't judge anything until you have a good sample size. I figure we have a good sample size at this point. So I'm not doubting.
You brought up Luis Ariz. I never even mentioned his name.
Okay, that's fine. I just know what we had talked about before the show, so that's why it was top of mind. But I think that the lineup is way different. And this year, I'm not doubting that Luis Ariz is a great baseball player, but this year he has not been the same guy. That's what I'm going off of. I'm not going off of.
But I'm not even answering to that question right now. I'm
so
talking
what's
about
the question.
My point. Yeah, I'm not making my point clear to you or to anybody, apparently. We use past performance to determine where guys bat in the order. Guys like Manny, guys like Fernando, guys like everybody. They all bat in a certain spot based on what we think they're capable of doing. Now, you think Ariz is capable of doing something differently than what Mike Schilt does.
Let's throw away my Ariz comment. Let's throw away my Ariz comment.
Thank you, because my point has nothing to do with him.
Okay, you're talking about Pivetta. I'm
talking about if past performance determines where you bat, doesn't past performance determine who should pitch?
Now let me ask you this. Is that Nick Pivetta's career ERA in Coors or this year's ERA?
No, he's only made 1 start this year.
Okay.
He's 4 innings, 6 runs this year.
Well, I think the easy answer
in 3 previous starts there, plus this year, he's got a 17.36 ERA. He's basically been battered every time he's been there, and he acknowledged such.
Okay, I see where
he struggles there.
I misunderstood.
Why are we pitching Pivetta tonight when the results say it's ludicrous?
Because we don't have anyone else.
Okay,
there's no one else that can pitch for him tonight, and you're not.
So do you think if we were
in the history of baseball,
I'm going to ask you a silly question, but do you think if we were 100% healthy in the pitching staff, they would skip Nick Pivetta tonight? No way would they skip him, nor should they. He will pitch in his regular rotation the rest of the season. He's the guy that got you here. He's the guy that's going to have to get you the rest of the way. But when we talk about the Padre lineup, that needs to be completely revamped because they've lost 8 out of 10 games, and they could be so much better than they've been.
I could argue
that's where I'm struggling.
Okay,
here.
I could argue that Nick Pivetta has too small a sample size. He only has 4 starts in Coors Field.
4 starts.
That might be too small sample size, but I think the lineup is more, and I hate using this word, fluid, because things are constantly changing within a lineup. Guys are hitting better than they have all season, and then there are other guys who are hitting worse than they have all season. So I think the lineup, although they have been winning, I think that people want to see the changes happen because someone's in a rut. And I understand that's not going to happen. And I do understand your point now. Sorry, I didn't put it together until a couple minutes ago. Why would we start Nick Pivetta when he's terrible at Coors Field? I get it. I think pitching, for me at least, pitching and hitting is completely different.
I hope you're right. Because if Pivetta pitches like he normally does at Coors Field, we're going to be behind 6-0 again in the second inning, and we can't afford that to happen. I rarely look forward to the release of the Padres lineup as much as I'm looking forward to it today.
Luis Ariz, I keep bringing up Luis Ariz, but that's the big part of the lineup that we constantly talk about.
Keep bringing it up.
He's going to be in the second spot, and I'll even go to say Mike Schilt should not listen to any of us, and he's not listening to any of us. Mike Schilt and that staff has a way better pulse on things than I do, or you do, or anyone does.
I don't think there's a guarantee he'll be in the 2 spot today. They're going up against left-handed Kyle Freeland. We'll see what that says when the lineup comes out. We got the Cowboys and the Eagles rolling around. We got we got Bryce Johnson coming on.
Yes.
As he probably won't be in the lineup tonight, but he'll be on the show as our Friar Friday guest. We have all the rest of it until 4:40 this afternoon. So stick around. Gwynn and Chris underway on San Diego's numero uno, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey.
All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on." And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the Beaver Nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name Beaver Nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was just saying it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say, I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, "Are they cheesy?" No, they're not cheesy at all. Actually, they're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it, with dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of Beaver Nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, put me on. And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the Beaver Nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name Beaver Nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was just saying it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say. I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, "Are they cheesy?" No, they're not cheesy at all. Actually, they're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it.
That's Skraby there. Tony Gwynn Jr. idle. Padres not idle. They're in Denver tonight. Got the Rockies. I think it goes without saying. Games are getting more and more important here. We have 22 of them remaining.
Yes.
Padres will begin play 2.5 back of the Dodgers. Quick thank you to Paul Skeens. We don't appreciate you too often around here, Paul. But last night was welcome. Dodgers get shut down again. They didn't score till the 9th inning. I mean, they looked like they were going to go back-to-back shutties in Pittsburgh. That's the mighty Dodgers. We'll leave them for the LA people to complain about.
Swept.
And I'm just saying, if they didn't get swept there, we'd be 5 out. Like, it would be over.
I know.
So, the Pirates kept us in it, and Dodgers play the Orioles this weekend. So, let's
come on, Orioles, do something.
Do something. Yeah,
you made our week horrible. Make their week horrible.
Well, we'll find out. The Dodgers and Orioles play tonight while the Padres play the Rockies. We will be hoping for the 13-4, 2.84 this year edition of Nick Pivetta tonight.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, quickly in a second. He faced Colorado here on April 11th, 7 innings, 3 hits, 10 Ks, no runs. Like, they didn't even come close. And then went to Denver a week or two later, and 4 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 1 hit by pitch. It was a mess. Padres lost 9-3, and Pivetta's career numbers fell to 0-4 there, 17.36. So we need the former Pivetta to step up tonight.
Absolutely. And going back to the first segment, I completely misunderstood your point, and I would like to say that it does kind of blow my mind a little bit. Now that you brought it up, I've never thought about it like this. But it does kind of blow my mind a little bit that there are those numbers of Nick Pivetta out there, but we're not even questioning it.
We shouldn't, and nor should we.
So I do understand your point there, because all numbers point to Nick Pivetta not being good tonight. So why are they going to start him?
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a bad thought whatsoever. I just had never thought about it before. I guess my feeling is that you throw Nick Pivetta out there because you don't really have anyone else, and you hope that he can be the guy that we know he can be.
But even if they were healthy, there's no way they would skip Nick Pivetta.
No, he's in the rotation. And then in the lineup, there's some – we'll talk about the lineup later.
We'll talk more about the lineup. Yeah. But just to compare to Arise, you don't like Arise out there in the 2-hole, fine. Mike Schilt is obviously going a little bit by the fact that Arise has won 3 straight batting titles.
Yes.
And therefore is expecting him to start hitting like that. Same way we are expecting Nick Pivetta to start pitching like that tonight in Coors Field,
Yes.
even though the numbers say otherwise.
We should, yes, I get it.
Nobody wants to, everyone hates Mike Schilt and his decision making.
I think that's just being
a lot of people,
a manager.
Yeah, true. And a manager of a team that's lost 8 out of 10.
And a manager of a team with good players and a manager of a team with high expectations.
And a team that was in first place 10 days ago, but no longer very smart.
Yeah.
Speaking of not very smart, I had to laugh.
Okay.
I had to laugh, Skraby, because Jalen Carter proved what a moron he is last night before the Eagles-Cowboys game. And we talked some NFL, so we remind you to stream your local NFL games all season long. Kick off with the juicy Week 1 matchup between Detroit and Green Bay. It starts at just $30 for your first year. That's only $2.50 a month. That's not bad. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL. Get started today. But the Eagles and the Cowboys had not even gotten started. It was the opening kickoff. The player was down for an injury. I do think that Jalen Carter was provoked by Dak Prescott.
Yeah,
I don't think Prescott is completely clean here, but we've seen enough NFL football, Scrabe. Guys try to provoke other guys all the time. It's a trash talk league.
Yeah.
You can't walk up and spit on a guy. And kudos to the refs for being right on it. Kudos for number 93, is it?
Jalen Carter,
yeah,
98.
98. Number 98 has been ejected. And everybody's like, what? How can you do that? Well, when you saw what he did, it was an easy decision to make. I'd like to see the league add a 1-game suspension. I don't know that they will because he missed this entire game already. But I thought, Chris Collinsworth doesn't say a lot of things that a lot of people like. But he said one thing I agreed with here. He said Jalen Carter's act was so bad that he might as well just spit in the face of his entire team and his coaches and his fans. Because that's what he basically was doing by taking himself out of that game. And make no mistake about it, the Dallas Cowboys blew a huge chance last night to go in there and win that game.
They
absolutely blew that. I never expected Dallas to win, but when you watch the way the game was developing, Philadelphia's young cornerbacks, they couldn't cover Pickens and Lamb. And when they did knock the ball away, they had to interfere with them to do it. But Dallas seemed to go away, especially from Pickens. They only threw to him 2 or 3 times the whole game. That was a chance. You've got Carter out of there. The Eagles have a really young defense that'll probably get better as the season goes. That game was on the table for Dallas to take.
It was.
And they didn't do it. I think, the Eagles, Jalen Hurts is underrated. I'm sorry. I know he's the Super Bowl MVP right now. That guy is underrated because he doesn't ever get mentioned with the top guys in the league. And that was a top guy in the league performance last night. He won the game.
About it. We can talk about Roman Anthony.
Oh my gosh, sorry. That was I pulled up the feed from WEEI somehow.
Yeah, good. All right. Well, let's see what they're talking about.
Yeah, you want to talk about Roman Anthony? He's out for the next month.
I'd love to talk about him, but we need to take a break because our guy Bryce Johnson is our Friar Friday interview, and he's scheduled to join us right at the bottom of the hour. So we'll step aside for that on Gwynn and Chris.
I mean, I think first you can have that belief when you put the kind of work in that you do, that your body's going to heal right, and just trusting it. You talked about being an extension of the coaching staff. I would guess that that's going to be even more so this year with you not being able to actually do the physical part.
Yeah.
Is there something that you've tried to do this offseason to kind of get you into that mode in terms of being that extension? Because the reality is, although your arm might be useless in 25 this year, your mind's not going to be. And there's still a lot of guys, especially the ones who may be vying for your spot in the rotation, that could lean on you a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's my job to help prepare these guys the best I can. And, guys like Waldron, guys like Randy Vasquez, Johnny Brito, Those are guys that are, have really good stuff and are not far away from, being, middle of the rotation to top half, starting pitchers.
Yeah.
So trying to share some things. That's something we talk about all the time in the clubhouse is like, you bring something to the table on the field, every day. That's kind of what brings you here and gets you to this level. But, days that you're not playing as a starting pitcher, that's, a majority of our days. You pitch once every 5 days. So making sure you bring something to the table is, something we always talk about. So even though, like you said, I'm not going to be physically on the field pitching, I got to find a way to contribute. And a lot of that's just been, better communication with the staff. And I'm really excited this year to be able to sit in more of the coaches' meetings and see how they game plan and how they, come about their approach to certain teams. And I feel like when I come back in 26, I'm going to have a whole plethora of knowledge and things that I hadn't experienced before to add into my game. So.
I just have to say this. I play with a lot of guys, and not all of them are going to take as serious as Joe is taking this part serious, which is getting into those coaches' meetings. Coaches are here a lot earlier than the players,
Are they, man?
especially during spring training. So the fact that he's going to be willing to do that, I think that's awesome, man. That's what separates you from a lot of these other guys out there.
Right.
We're talking to Joe Musgrove here, Padres pitcher, 97.3 The Fan. And I have to ask from the fan perspective, because Tony, every day on the show, whenever a team in the National League West signs a new big-name player, all of us fans are kind of like, why? And Tony says it doesn't matter. They still have to go out and play the games. Right. When you see that happen, how do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's a different perspective as a player. Our job is, our goal doesn't change regardless of whether we add, and that stuff's, out of our control. So you never want to sit here going into an offseason saying, we're going to be fired up if we get this guy and this guy, and not if we don't get this guy. So you look at our team, and a lot of people see all the moves being made and don't see us making moves, and it seems like a mismatch in the division. All these other teams are adding, but you look at our roster, I mean, we spent a lot of money over the last handful of years and committed a lot of guys to be here long term, and the value in having those guys return every year and continue to build that relationship and that growth is every bit as valuable as adding a new free agent. So
love that.
I think with the progress we made last year, and you guys will never understand how we feel. I'm sure you can see a little bit of it on the field and how we carry ourselves and, the camaraderie and stuff, but you'll never truly understand just how close that group got last year. And although we didn't, achieve the ultimate goal of winning the World Series, we grew a ton as a team. We grew a ton as, a unit. And I'm super excited that we got most of these guys coming back. We got the whole staff coming back, and we can kind of pick up where we left off.
Well, last one for me, because you kind of just hit on it, and I think it's so important. The continuity, right? This is, year maybe 3-4 of this nucleus being together. How much of an impact can that have on a team, having guys who have been in the locker room together for so long?
Yeah, a ton. And, Schulte's big thing is shared experiences. We got guys from all over the league, some guys that are new and have experienced things that most rookies don't, and some guys that have been around 10-plus years that have, been in championship locker rooms and been around the best of the best. So sharing those experiences with each other and helping each other grow along the way, not just, providing, assistance and, coaching, but sharing experiences and helping guys grow a little bit through, what you've been through is a big thing for us.
Joe Musgrove, ladies and gentlemen, this is a good one we got here, man. Joe, appreciate you, brother.
Thanks so much, Joe.
Pleasure, man.
Quick healings, and enjoy the rest of your day,
sir.
man.
You guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
I mean, I think first you can have that belief when you put the kind of work in that you do, that your body's going to heal right, and just trusting it. You talked about being an extension of the coaching staff.
All right, 2:28 is the time. That sound means the lineup that we have been awaiting is out. And we got Bryce Johnson coming up in just a couple of seconds. He's in Denver. He's not in the starting lineup tonight, but we'll talk to him on our Friday interview. Skraby just about fell out of his chair, though, when he found out who was in the lineup. Go ahead and give it to everybody.
All right, batting first, playing right field, Fernando Tatis Jr. Batting second, playing first base, Ryan O'Hearn. Batting third, playing third, Manny Machado. DHing his sheets, cleaning up. Laureano in left field, batting fifth. Jackson Merrill batting sixth in center field. Jose Iglesias batting seventh, playing shortstop. Jake Cronenworth eighth, second base. And Diaz is catching for Pivetta in the ninth spot. So he's not in the lineup, but as you said earlier, lefty on the mound.
You guys have got those who have been crying for the removal of Arise.
I'll put myself in that group.
Yes, you have. Apparently, because I don't think, they sat him out last week.
Yes.
To rest. That was a rest game. this is not a rest game the way I see it.
Do you see it as a rest game disguised as a get right day?
I don't know. Look, you're not going to just never use Luis Ariz again, but I think they clearly, against at least a lefty, feel better about Ryan O'Hearn and Gavin Sheets getting those at bats. We'll talk more about it. It's going to be the buzz the rest of the day. And in a lot of people's minds, it pretty much guarantees a Padre victory tonight. So we'll hope that works out. In the meantime, time for our Friday interview. And speaking of guys that have been doing a tremendous job, Bryce Johnson. Bryce Johnson, I don't know if people realize that the last 4 times that he has been called upon to hit late in a game, he's gone 3 for 4. He also had 2 hits making a start earlier this week against Baltimore. He joins the program. Bryce, thanks so much for the time. Appreciate you joining us here.
Awesome. Thank you guys for having me.
How is Denver? How is the day off? I know that I read where Manny Machado kind of suggested everybody take a little break, get away, deep breath, and then kind of reset.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was pretty much that. I mean, I just chilled. I didn't do much. Walked around the city a little bit. Try to just relax as much as you can. These are kind of the dog days of the season. So whenever you get a chance to relax, you take advantage of it.
Yeah, you probably should have listened to the sports talk shows, Bryce. I think that would have put you and everybody else on the team in a really good mood. I'm joking.
For sure.
I'm joking, of course. But look, the 8 out of 10, it's not fun. I know that. But I also know that you can report to us that there hasn't been a shred of confidence shaken in that locker room.
No, not at all. I mean, just look at this roster. Yeah, this season's so long that, you're going to go through your ups and downs. And we just we're happy to go through one right now. So I'm confident, in that clubhouse that we're going to get out of it. So what a great opportunity tonight to do it.
We're talking to Bryce Johnson here, Padres outfielder for our Friday 97.3 The Fan. And Bryce, you as a fan, us looking at you guys matching up against the Twins and then matching up against the Orioles, a lot of us are going to look at the record and think, okay, this is an easy win for the Padres. But it's not that way. In reality, everybody's a major leaguer at that level. They can play really well. How do you explain a good team maybe not playing up to the potential that they can against a perceived quote-unquote bad team?
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't want to call anybody a bad team, like you said. I mean, everybody here, everybody here is, here for a reason. Everybody at this level is good. So, I mean, I think it's just, us coming down to, playing our game. And it's just, we haven't put it all together right now. But, we're, like you said, there is no confidence in there that has gone out the door for us. And we have all the confidence in the world. So, I have no doubt we'll get it going again.
Bryce Johnson is with us, Padres outfielder in Colorado, Padres and Rockies tonight. Bryce, take us through your journey from San Diego and then away from San Diego. And then luckily for us, back to San Diego. It's been a bit of a crazy, 6-7 months for you. Give us a little recap.
Crazy is the exact word for it. I mean, we've just been kind of all over the place. But it's been fun. I got to meet a bunch of people over there in Pittsburgh that I came up and played with when I was younger too, with Q Brian Hayes and some of those guys over there. But and then once I got the news I was coming back here, I was ecstatic. I mean, spending all year, in 24 here, I met a lot of good people, and then, coming back, it's still pretty much the same group. So, coming back to these guys, they welcomed me with welcome arms, and it was fun. And I couldn't be more happy than be here right now.
When you're, Bryce, in the dugout, we're getting into the later innings, 7th, 8th inning. I don't know. Did the coaches talk to you, say, hey, if Sheets gets on this inning, we're probably going to run you for him? Is that something they discuss with you ahead of time? I saw you the other night kind of stretching. You hadn't come into the game yet, but I'm assuming you were thinking, I'm probably coming in, so I better be ready. So do you get a heads up on that, and how does that work? And also when you're going to go in defensively or pinch hit, any of those things, how does that all get communicated? Yeah,
no, I mean, like you said, these guys do an awesome job of communicating. we even talk about it before the game starts. This might happen. This might happen, and we just kind of go through, what could happen in the game and how I could end up in there. And when it gets to I have my own routine now. I've been doing it for a while now, but I have my own routine that I kind of go through during the game, no matter what the score is. You always want to be ready. You don't want to be caught off guard.
Yeah.
Not stretched out, cold going into the game or something like that, which has happened before, and it's not a good feeling. But it's just, it's just sticking to my routine, knowing what's going on in the game, watching the game, and seeing, how stuff's playing out and, where I can fit in and stuff like that. So we have a good idea, and these guys do a great job of getting me ready. Just to go into the game and, help us win.
Talking to Bryce Johnson here, Padres outfielder on 97.3 The Fan. And Bryce, you are in the middle of your best offensive season of your career. And so I was curious when I was driving down here, I was thinking, what can I ask you that I really want to know about a major league player? When you go up to bat, and do you look at your numbers and think, hey, I'm in the middle of the best offensive season of my career, or do you just go and not look at the numbers and just get the job done? I'm always curious if people follow their own numbers.
Yeah, I mean, as a player, you try to, block all that out. As a matter of fact, I was talking to my dad the other day about it. He brought up the stats and was like, man, have you looked at what you've done? And I'm like, I'm not looking at it, but it's kind of there because I don't want to, I don't want to jinx anything because we're doing pretty well. Yeah. But we try to block all that out, and then I told him too, I'm like, I'm not really thinking about all that right now. If I just keep doing what I'm doing, all that at the end of the day will, be themselves and it'll show. But no, I try not to think about it. If that's the answer you were looking for, you're probably thinking that's what I was going to say.
No, I mean, I also was going to start it with all of your numbers. So now I'm glad I didn't start it with your numbers so that I don't put it.
He's having a great year, man. 345.
Like, yeah, he tried. My dad tried to slide in there and, spit the numbers at me. I'm just like, hey.
Yeah,
let's hear all that.
Let's mention it. 345. That's a good number.
It is. It really is.
Number.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. Were you always fast? And stealing bases, and I mean, you probably were, but stealing bases, how much of it is speed and how much of you had to learn about the actual, idea of stealing a base, the art of stealing a base?
Yeah. I mean, growing up, I've always been fast, played football and all that. So I was always had the speed for it. I would say getting into pro ball a little bit, and then especially my first year in AAA and then my first year in the big league, it kind of got to the point where, okay, we could use the speed, but like, let's use it at the right time and not just, carelessly steal bags, get thrown out at times. But since I've been up here and then my first year in AAA, we've kind of like honed in on like certain stuff, when to run, who's pitching in the game, the score of the game dictates everything. So it's like, it's more, situational, awareness of the steals. But I'm trying to go every time I could get on there, and then I'm praying every time I'm on first base for a ball to get hit into the gap, just so I can just take off and not stop. But no, the speed is always there, and then now it's just gotten a little more technical.
Yeah,
I would say.
We're talking to Bryce Johnson here, Padres outfielder, 97.3 The Fan. Last one from me, Bryce, but another player question. Like you have to come into the game late in the game when everything's basically on the line. That's why you're in there for a defensive replacement to make sure no more runs are given up. But you may not get the most time practicing on the road in the field. How do you go about learning a new stadium? Because I'm sure it's a lot different for you every place that you go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here early almost every day just to get my work in. If it comes to, running, lifting, hitting, and all that, because I know when the game starts, you're waiting a little bit to get in, so I want to be prepared before. But yeah, we go through every stadium. Every stadium, like you said, is different. Like tonight here in Colorado, everybody knows this place. So, it's getting, fly balls in and, getting reads off the bats and stuff like that, because this place, is completely different than Petco. So it's just learning each stadium. And then I've played here before and in all, other stadiums too, but it's more of just pregame work, getting your feel. That's where, I feel like I treat everything like it's, it's game time. So just when I get in there, everything's solid. But no, it's been good work before the games.
Bryce Johnson, man, we're happy to have you again here in San Diego, part of another, successful season. I don't know with the Pittsburgh thing, but we're glad we got you back.
Awesome.
That's it. And
No, I'm glad to be here.
yeah, for sure. And the pride of Sam Houston State.
Nice.
He's a Bearcat.
I can hear it in the voice.
Yeah. Hey, Bryce, thanks for the time, man. Have fun in Denver tonight, and I'm sure we'll see you tracking down some fly balls late in that game. And you will get to use your speed in that outfield, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Have fun. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
You betcha. Yeah. Bryce Johnson right there. Nice enough to spend 10 minutes or so with us from Coors Field in Denver, where the Padres play the Rockies tonight. And
I like the guys like Bryce Johnson because I was never the guy who had like crazy athletic skills. I mean, he does have crazy athletic skills, but
yeah, he does.
He has fought for everything that he's got, and he's on a team right now on a bench that you can't be making mistakes or else you're going to be replaced.
Yeah, but look, he doesn't think of it that way.
I know he doesn't.
Yeah, he's thinking of it like this is the greatest opportunity I've ever had. Right? I mean, Bryce Johnson's 29 years old, okay? He started in the minor leagues in San Jose after he came out of Sam Houston State. He was in the A League, actually started in Salem in the A- League in 2017. He's basically been toiling in the minor leagues for 8 years. So for a guy like that, to land in a position like this, where he is a fourth outfielder, getting pinch hits, getting pinch runs, playing off the bench, getting a start here and there.
Because he's 20 for 58 this year.
Yeah, I mean, you asked this the other day. I don't want to pick on Will Wagner and go into this again, but Bryce Johnson's been more successful than Will Wagner pinch hitting late in games, to be honest with you. So we'll see if that changes. The way the lineup changed. Today was the day.
Yes, it was.
Luis Ariz has been benched. He's been benched.
I'm not going to say it's benched. I'm going to say he's sitting against the lefty.
All right. Well, he's at least sitting against the lefty tonight. Ryan O'Hearn will start at first base. He will bat second. That moves Gavin Sheets, the DH, into the 4 spot. The rest of the order is pretty similar, except for the fact, well, I shouldn't say except for the fact, Diaz is catching largely because Pavetta's pitching. He always catches Pavetta. But look, you guys out there have been on this for a long time. And, we'll see. I hope it's a 10-run, 12-run, explosion.
Do we really think, though, that one game without Luis Ariz is going to tell us either way?
No, because he didn't start a couple of weeks ago, and I
don't even remember what happened.
Well, I remember what happened. It was the game Ramon Laureano batted second, and he came up with the tying run on base and 2 outs in the ninth inning.
Yes,
and we all were like, "Wow, this is ironic."
It is ironic.
The one guy you didn't want up wasn't up. The guy you wanted was up. But Laureano made an out, and they end up losing the game. So, one game's not going to determine it. We'll see if this is the way Mike Schilt goes moving forward. I'm assuming he will be asked about it before the game.
I'm sure, yeah.
And as soon as he is, we will try to get it. I don't know if we'll have time, if he'll speak with the media before we go.
Let me check and see what time he is speaking with the media. I can do that, Chris. Did you know that?
I imagine you have a lot.
You have a way.
A lot of insight there.
4:30 Mountain Time, so 3:30 our time.
So he'll be speaking in about an hour, but we're on for 2 more hours.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll be able to get something.
So hopefully we'll be able to hear Mike Schilt. Maybe he's just going to say tonight we're going with, Ariz on the bench against this lefty. And as a matter of fact, I'm almost sure this is what he'll say. Just the decision we made for tonight. We'll talk about the next game. He's not going to tell us, hey, no, we've decided Ariz is going to be benched.
No, we think he's terrible. We're gonna bench him for the rest of the year.
I finally read enough of those tweets out there. I've had it up to here with the tweets. So I'm giving in. And I want to thank Chris Ello, the lone guy at 97.3 The Fan, who has been taking bullet after bullet for me by sticking up for our decision to do the lineup the way we want to. You're welcome.
But I'm a fan, and I want the lineup a certain way, Chris.
And it's finally
And
changed.
tell me, I'm actually saying, like, I am genuinely shocked this happened, even though it's not that big of a deal, but I want to see how they use him. I mean, he's not a bad guy to have come off the bench in a pinch hit situation.
He pinch hit in that game. He didn't start. And
I know
made
he
an
grounded out
to lead off the inning. I'm just saying that's one example of it. I need to talk about this because it is overtaken my entire enjoyment of Padre baseball lately, and I apologize to myself for allowing this to happen. But everybody who keeps tweeting me that I think Arise is the end all and should be batting second and should be playing every day, you're not hearing what I was saying. What I was saying is that is what they have decided to do, and so they must see something different from what you see. And I also will admit to having said, I don't understand how Luis Arise batting second is all that's wrong with the Padres. Nobody has shown me anything to make me think that him batting second is the problem. So I want to get that clear. I don't have a dog in the race per se. My dog in the race is for them to win games. And with Luis Arise, a 3-time batting champ, you can throw it away if you want to, but he is. With him batting second mostly this season, the team was in first place after 130 games. Seems he must have contributed something to that.
Maybe. I'm just kidding. Yes, of course he did. Of course he did.
Done something.
Of course.
Even the worst player, in the league does something. But the last 10 games, he's been bad. They've been bad. His batting average is 40, 50 points below what it usually is, and that makes him less than stellar. And I don't disagree with that. All I'm saying was this is what they were doing, and that's it. I mean, what can you do? They've now changed, at least for today.
Yeah.
And so all the people that have been screaming from the rooftops that Arise is the problem, now we'll have to scream about something else, because in my mind, and what I keep going back to is, I think a lot of the people, you call it the loud minority.
Yeah.
Okay. I think a lot of people that are in that loud minority, I think they're the same ones that thought Xander Bogaerts should be benched.
You're
2.5 months ago.
You're probably right.
All right. They didn't listen to you that time. And I think it's a good thing they didn't listen, because he really had a great 2-month run. And it seems that most of us now miss him, since he's hurt.
Here, I have seen the insults thrown your way, and first it's Twitter, and so I have to remember that I shouldn't take what Twitter, personal. I shouldn't take Twitter personal, but I understand that, people, when they come at us with opinions, it's like some people you cannot have a conversation with. It's their opinion is right. You're an idiot because I played high school baseball, or you don't know ball, or something like that. And I'm always willing to have a conversation with people. Chris is always willing to have a conversation with people, but it seems like I haven't been behind everything that you've said, but I don't think you deserve to be called an idiot because of your opinion.
I don't mind.
It's everybody's opinion. Everybody has an opinion.
I don't mind. Honestly, I do find it rather amazing that there's that much hatred, and I mean, almost call it hatred out there. We already talked about what the players face every time they go 0-for-4. We talk about, what other people whose voices are heard. So I kind of expect it. It's pretty easy to hide behind a Twitter feed.
Oh, totally.
And say whatever you want.
Well, it was like the people that were messaging Jason Adams' wife or Jason Adams' account and saying, I'm so happy that you're not going to give up another home run this year.
Yeah.
Those people,
that's about as low as you can get right there.
I have zero time for social media trolls. Zero
That's about
time.
As low as you can
but
get
if you
there.
want to come at me and we have a nice conversation, I am fine with that. And if we both leave saying that dude's crazy, that's fine. But just be nice, people.
I don't believe they can be. Many of them.
Just be nice. Oh, Minister of Training. Oh, hey, what's up? Chris, I don't always agree with you, but when I do, I will tell you I agree with you about Luis Arise. They're supporting you.
Yeah. Thank you, Minister.
They're supporting you.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I did post something today that had nothing to do with Luis Arise.
Uh-oh.
And it's something that I've been talking about all year. And you finally have kind of gotten a little behind this.
Okay, what is that?
It took a while because you poo-pooed this for most of the year. But I looked it up and I got it up to snuff, up to date. The Padres are now up to 793 plate appearances this year with either 2 men on or the bases loaded. And they've only homered 11 times in those situations. They've hit 8 3-run homers, 3 of which have been hit by Fernando, 2 by Gavin Sheets. And then they've hit 3 grand slams. The last was by Laureano a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That factors out to 1 home run every 72 chances.
3-run home run every 72 chances?
No.
Oh, in that
or grand slam.
I gotcha.
In that scenario, with 2 on or the bases loaded, they're hitting a home run in that at bat 1 out of 72 plate appearances. That is pretty low for any team. The Yankees have 33 such home runs. Padres have
those torpedo
11.
bats.
Yeah. The only team that has less than the Padres is, of course, the Rockies. They have 9. But anytime, as you said the other day, you're in a category with the Rockies, it's not where you want to be.
No, it's not. But the reason I bought into this whole thing is because I've been seeing the Padres have 3-run home runs hit against them in important moments. And 3-run home runs late in the season are going to end your season.
They also, later in games, jolt a team one way or the other.
Yes.
The Padres, we looked it up. You looked it up under my direction.
Yes, we both efforted this.
Yes. They have given up 17 3-run homers while hitting 8.
Yes.
And they've given up 5 grand slams while hitting 3.
Yeah, which that doesn't bother me.
Well,
but you do need to hit 3-run home runs. It needs to happen.
I can't say when there's 2 men on, you got to only swing for the fence. I'm saying that the Padres need some of these big flies, and they need them soon because the starting pitching is probably going to be in flux here for a little while. We got 22 games left. Hopefully we can get it fixed by the end and get Michael King back. We'll get an update from Mike Schilt on that. But, right now the 3-run homer, I've talked about it all year. People say, well, all right. But when we get 2 guys on, I look for it. We need some of these.
I guess the reason I poo-pooed it, as you said, is because I figured we had a lot of season left, but we haven't really seen that many more this year. So, I mean,
you would think,
pitching is a problem right now. 3-run home runs, grand slams a problem. But I think pitching is the reason why this team is losing right now.
We'll find out because I think a lot of people, Don't say it. Don't say it.
Okay. All
right.
Be
bigger.
Yeah. Be bigger, Chris. Be bigger.
Don't say it.
Look at that. Self-edit, on the air, growth.
Editing growth. All right. Before the program is over, we still have to preview the AFC West and the NFC West. We've done all the other divisions this week. Speaking of the AFC West, tonight the Chargers play the Chiefs. That game will be a 5 o'clock start.
Yep.
Our time from Brazil.
YouTube.
So, YouTube channel. Have fun with that.
I know it's going to be really easy.
Oh, does everybody get this game, or
it's free on YouTube? You go to
you go
to YouTube.com. I'm pretty sure. I mean, you might have to make an account if you don't have one, but it should be on the front page of YouTube.com. I saw about 1 million commercials last night saying it was free, so I have to.
You're going to stick up with that.
Ooh, someone's telling me Randy Vasquez has a locker at Coors right now. Let me see if I can find this and confirm this before we head to break.
Well, I'm pretty sure that he's going to start tomorrow.
I would think so.
Which is another thing we've all been asking for. So all of a sudden, Skraby, we are running the team apparently.
Oh, yeah, Jeff Sanders tweeted it. He is at Coors Field. Appears he'll be a part of the plan tomorrow. Whether he starts or not, we don't know.
Right, he could come in as after a opener.
Yeah.
Well, look, we asked for Vasquez. We don't really want to see Cortez. We don't want to see Sears. We've asked for Arise to be pushed aside.
O'Hearn
that is
to
now
be in the
happened.
lineup every day.
O'Hearn there against lefties, especially because O'Hearn crushes lefties. So it's all happening before our very eyes.
I love the traffic cop. I'm excited.
Now all that's left is that the Padres have to go out and win a couple of games. We've got what we want now.
They have to beat the Rockies.
We have everything we've asked for now.
Braden said it yesterday. The Dodgers are gift wrapping this division for the Padres. They're handing them the present. It's gift wrapped. It looks beautiful. And the Padres are like, nah, I'm good.
Padres are going to sweep the Rockies, but the Dodgers will sweep the Orioles. That'll probably be what happens this weekend. Alcaraz over Djokovic in straight sets at the U.S. Open.
Day to the final out of the
All now in charge. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. 3:02 is the time.
It does have a nice ring to it.
Yeah, right. No, let us.
The fans are in charge.
Listen to the fans. Listen to us. We know what's best. And apparently, Mike Schilt has finally gotten the message. Luis Arise not in the lineup tonight against the left-hander Kyle Freeland. Ryan O'Hearn will hit in the number 2 spot. Play first base tonight. Gavin Sheets moves into the cleanup spot, DHing. And the Padres take on the Rockies with Nick Pivetta, hoping to be like Nick Pivetta has been all year, not Nick Pivetta like he's always been at Coors Field. Dodgers are in Baltimore. Cubs won earlier today, 11-5 over the Nationals. So the Padres slip another half game behind Chicago. We welcome you back to the program. Chris Ello, Mr. Skraby over there. Tony Gwynn Jr. idle. He will be rejoining us Monday when the Padres are home for Cincinnati Reds coming to town.
This could be interesting.
Well, it's all going to be interesting. Look, you got 22 games left. I hope that I don't say every day, well, it's a big game.
Well, get used to it.
Yeah, I hope I don't say that, but I probably will. Mike Schilt was on with Ben and Woods this morning. That now, of course, is before his decision to not start Luis Arise. But he did address some real interesting stuff. I thought Woods put his feet to the fire a couple of times. And we'll hear some of what Mike Schilt said earlier today on Ben and Woods during the manager's report, which is, as you know, refreshed every Friday morning by EcoWater SoCal, keeping it soft since 1925. We will also, before this show is over at 4:40, hope to hear from Mike Schilt addressing his decision today to make the lineup change, although I wouldn't expect to hear anything mind-blowing from him on that.
I wouldn't either.
But we'll effort to get that. But before we hear from Mike Schilt, Ben and Woods this morning, winners, losers, daily Gambit, lots coming up, especially this weekend. Let's go.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. We made some good bets yesterday. I think the game went a little bit different than we thought it was going to go.
The NFL game.
The NFL game, yes.
Well, the bet of the century was to bet over because the over-under number was 48. And they were at 41 points at halftime. Like, I could see people going to the window to wait for their money.
Yeah.
But it never got over.
It never got over.
It's
crazy how it didn't get
right?
over. But
yeah.
The Eagles were 8.5-point favorites. You went Eagles. I went Cowboys. Eagles only won by 4 points there.
Right.
Over under, as you said, 48. We both went over. They only had 44. Now, here is where sometimes things get crazy. Because do you get these passing yard bets off of a website or bookies, or are you making these handicaps up?
No, I go to the website that predicts how much they're all going to throw for, and then I put my own spread on there.
All right, so Dak Prescott was favored by 35 yards out of him and Jalen Hurts. So
passing yardage.
So we'll take the passing yards, take away 35. Dak had 153, which I thought he was already well over 200 because he was throwing the ball really well, but CeeDee Lamb dropped a bunch. And then Jalen Hurts, he ended up having 152. Yeah. So Dak won by 1 yard. That is incredible to me.
That's how that went. Yeah.
You had Hurts, I had Dak.
1 yard.
Now here's something that I wish was better. Saquon over under 116.5 rushing plus receiving yards. Chris and I went over. He had 60 rushing yards and 24 receiving yards. So 84
Did get a
yards.
touchdown, though.
He did get a touchdown.
Okay.
Now here's some of the craziest stuff in the game, I think. We did a bet. CeeDee Lamb plus George Pickens receiving yards combined against A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith receiving yards combined.
I mean, I can't believe the totals of both of these.
It's insane. CeeDee Lamb had 110 yards on his own. George Pickens had 30. So they had 140 minus the 10 on the spread. They had 130. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith only combined for 24 yards. A.J. Brown didn't have a catch
until the last play of the game, pretty much.
He didn't even have a target.
No, they didn't look at him one time the entire game.
They did look at him, but he was covered.
I don't get it.
I don't get
how you can't have a playmaker like that and not touch the ball. The Eagles, look, the Eagles deserve to lose the game. They won the game because the kid for Dallas fumbled down there after the long run.
Yeah, Miles Sanders, yeah.
And they won the game because, CeeDee Lamb dropped balls that he should not drop on the last drive. Those were tough catches, but you are CeeDee Lamb. You are supposed to make those.
Yes, especially the one over the middle. The last play was tough.
The throw by Prescott on that deep one over the middle was incredible. It landed right in his lap.
It was.
So, CD took responsibility for it.
Good.
But Cowboys missed a big chance there for sure.
And
maybe the Eagles aren't going to be all that again this year, at least not until their defense, shores up, because they replaced almost everybody on that side of the ball.
Well, their best player on defense ended up getting ejected before the first offensive play of the game. That was a weird start to the year. First, you have a really terrible injury on the kickoff. Then you have Jalen Carter spitting on Dak Prescott and getting ejected before the first offensive play of the season. I don't think Roger Goodell is going to be happy about Jalen Carter doing that on national TV to kick off the season.
Well, I will say last thing on Jalen Carter, because he doesn't deserve much more of my time. But, the Eagles should have known. They wanted to give this guy $400 million and make him the 5th pick. He was an idiot at Georgia, and he's still an idiot. So the Eagles got what they got.
Yeah,
that's my thing on that.
Yeah, I think he proved to me, at least, that there maybe wasn't anything learned from the past. Because here's the thing. I have a friend who's a big-time Georgia fan, and it's not Adam. They were defending Jalen Carter to the death when they drafted him. And this morning I texted and said, what do you think? And I wasn't trying to troll. Right. And they said, I think what Jalen Carter did was really stupid, because now everyone's calling you a murderer again because they're digging up the past. And this is on you, bro.
Yeah. And it's on the Eagles. They brought him in. So you make a deal with a guy like that. I mean, he's a second team All-Pro football player.
Yep. He's good. He's very good.
So what? You're an idiot.
I don't disagree.
Miles Garrett is right next to you, by the way. If he gets pulled over for the 20th time speeding, Miles Garrett's right there.
Yeah.
So Jalen Carter's not alone.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Sabalenka played against Pagula last night in the U.S. Open. Yeah, it was a pretty good match. Sabalenka was a -4.5 game favorite, and Sabalenka only ended up with a 3-game advantage, so they did not cover the spread. Pagula wins the bet. Osaka,
Sabalenka wins.
Yes, Osaka -1.5 game spread. She's the favorite. Was the favorite against Anisimova.
Good job, Skrabe, on these tennis
names.
Thank you.
Osaka. We both took Osaka. Osaka lost the match, so she loses the bet.
Anisimova won it. Yeah.
And then Alcaraz, it just finished. I did not see what
he blew out Djokovic.
He blew him out.
Yeah, 3 straight sets, and I think he won by 7 games.
Okay, well, his spread was -5.5, so both of us would be incorrect on that.
We lost that. Alcaraz is into the finals. All right, we got to go quick here because I do want to hear from Mike Schilt on the other side. Tonight, Chargers, Chiefs, 47.5 points down there in Brazil. Over, under. Skrabe, you're first.
Over.
It seems like an over, but man, last night was an over.
Yes, it was.
They never made it.
It literally was almost over at the half.
They never made it. Patrick Mahomes -10 yards passing, or Justin Herbert. I'm surprised. I thought Herbert would actually have more passing yardage to begin with. So I'll take Herbert plus the 10 yards.
Yeah, I have no idea what the Chiefs are going to look like, because every year it seems like Patrick Mahomes' usage is a little bit different. I'm going to go Herbert.
Herbert as well. Okay. We've got tomorrow, Washington State, 1.5 over San Diego State up in Pullman. Washington State as a team rushed for 2 yards last week against a division FCS school.
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying, the Aztecs should be, have a chance to win this thing up
What
there.
was the spread again?
1.5, Washington State favored.
Oof, this is tough.
You don't get a lot if you take the Aztecs, but you get a little. You get 1.5. You have faith? Come on, Sean Lewis, second year.
I went to the game last year against Washington State, and it ended up being an okay game, but they were running all over the Aztecs.
Well, I don't know they're going to do it this year. They had 2 yards last week.
I'm going to go with the Aztecs.
Good for you.
You're going to go Washington State?
No, I'm taking the Aztecs. Are you
right.
kidding me? All right, I brought this one in because we got to get the note in anyway. Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, gosh.
Over under 105.5 rushing plus receiving yardage. However, he did not practice today, and he's been listed as questionable all of a sudden for the Niners game against Seattle. Could Christian McCaffrey already be hurt, Skraby, before the season starts? You are so upset by this.
Well, I immediately...
You almost saw it coming, though, didn't you? You were like, okay.
He was too quiet during the preseason, and I went immediately to every single 49ers beat writer to see what they were saying. And they said in the portion of practice that they watched yesterday, he was moving really well. He's been moving well all preseason.
Why would they put him on the injury
Maybe
list?
he came in, he was like, my calf hurt a little bit, and then they put it on there just to throw a little wrinkle in for the Seahawks. I'm going to say he goes over.
You're going to still say you're going to throw caution to the wind.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to say under. I think he'll get about 3 yards, and he'll tweak his ankle.
Well, please don't say that.
Sorry. We got Indianapolis 1.5 at home over the Dolphins. I mean, I got to take the Dolphins because I'm, that's what I do, but I don't like their chances. The Colts aren't very good.
No, you would not like the analysis that happened on my podcast this morning.
Yeah, what they say?
They have no idea who's going to be the Dolphins' cornerbacks.
Oh, they don't. No, they don't have any.
And so I'm going to go the Colts for that reason alone.
You should. The only thing I give Miami a little hope here is that it's indoors and it's early in the season where no one's been hurt yet. So Miami in a clean environment sometimes can play well. Where they get in trouble is when, somebody blows a little wind or a raindrop falls.
Yeah.
Then they're in trouble.
Yeah.
All right, we got Sinner later today. Yannick Sinner, number 1 against Felix Auger-Aliassime. Give me credit for that. He's a Canadian. He's in his second Grand Slam semifinal. So he's capable, but Sinner is so good. He's favored by 8.5 games. Wow. That is a lot for a tennis match. If he wins 6-3, 6-3, 6-3, that'd be 9. So he'd get over it, but you got to win 6-3, 6-3, 6-3.
You go first.
I got to take, Sinner has been a machine, but I'm going to just hope Aliassime has a really good serve. Hopefully he can win enough service games to stay closer. I'll take Felix plus 8.5.
I cannot stand Yannick Sinner, so I'll take Felix.
Oh, you're taking Felix too. And finally, last one, Pavetta, 5 1/3 innings pitched, over under. We've already talked about it. He's the best pitcher the Padres have, but he's never pitched well at Coors Field. Is tonight the night, Skrabe?
Yes.
Over. Got to get 5 2/3 innings at Coors Field.
I have a feeling he's going to be pretty motivated to be the stopper, which is what he has been dubbed.
He's 13-3. Or the Padres, I believe, are 13-3 when he starts after a loss.
I'll take that. Are you going to say over? Or under?
I am. I'm going to say over. All right. When we come back, Mike Schilt on with Ben and Woods this morning. What did they have to say? Or what did Schilt have to say when Ben and Woods put his feet to the fire? We'll find out after traffic.
From the 8th.
managers of the San Diego Padres listening to the program. That's right. I don't know if you saw the word, Sam Levitt. The fans are now running the team. Fans have got what they want. The lineup is just as they like it now. So we'll see what happens tonight in Denver. Sam Levitt's laughing. He's got the pregame show coming up. All right, a couple of quick things. This is on a more serious note. At 2:30 this afternoon, a big brush fire is broken out. It's grown to 20 acres, apparently, according to Fox 5, KUSI News. So evacuation orders have been issued for the neighborhood surrounding Doubletree Road, Barbit, B-A-R-B-I-T, Barbit Road in Spring Valley. The fire broke out near Hamishaw Boulevard and Doubletree Road this afternoon. So if you, live there, know people who live there, get the word to them, make sure that you're aware of what's happening out there. If you need to leave work, I can't allow you to leave work. You'll have to ask the people there, but might be something you want to consider if you have a home in that area. They've set up an evacuation point right now at the Skyline Church down there off the 94 freeway near Hamishaw Road. So good luck to everybody there. Hopefully it's just hopefully it's going to be, some people will be displaced. Hopefully nobody will get hurt. They'll be able to get this thing put out. But we want to let you know, in case you're, knee deep in sports here this afternoon, there's something else out there, and we want to make sure you take care of that.
The 5 is going to be closed this weekend.
That's another thing we should mention. The 5 freeway south of the 52 is going to be closed all weekend.
The beach exits, they said.
Yeah. So if you're normally traveling along that pathway or thinking of traveling along that pathway,
don't.
Think of something else.
The Savannah Bananas are happening tonight and tomorrow.
Bananas.
I am going.
You're going to go.
I'm going to go to the game.
All right.
I'm going to see. I hope I get there in time because it's hard to get there from here. But everyone's going to take the 805 home. I have a feeling. So just keep that in mind, people. Because the game's going to be over after it closes.
When you the game, people driving home from the game may run into that freeway closure.
Yeah.
All right, so be careful about the fire in Spring Valley, the freeway closure. When you see the Bananas tonight, ask them why they wouldn't give us somebody on the show.
We tried.
Really?
We tried.
Oh, and they said no. They just said no. We're like, what? Like, no?
Hey, it happens.
Okay.
And we really do have a different world of promotion in terms of events in town because social media does a lot of promotion for that. But I am going, and apparently, Chris, they have 2-hour time limits. So
you'll be out of there.
Yeah, so I think that's good. And I'll report back on Monday about.
Yes, everybody. I know a lot of people who got tickets. It wasn't easy to get tickets. You had to get them in a lottery.
Yeah.
So
that's
those
crazy.
who get to go, have fun tonight. All right. Mike Schilt was on. I'm sure he had fun with Ben and Woods this morning.
I don't think he looks forward to these.
You don't think he looks forward to
media availabililites at all during
just in general?
Just in general.
Yeah. So he's on with these guys this morning. It's refreshed by EcoWater SoCal. Mike Schilt did say yesterday or the other day after the loss of the Orioles that improvement starts with him right now. And he's got to do better. So, Stephen Woods, good job. Asked him, what does that look like? You doing better?
Really, it's just about making sure we're doing what we need to do to take care and be properly present and focused to execute to win games. And, when it's not as consistent on the win column, you got to look at yourself first. And, but I can tell you this, over the span of, multiple decades, the thing that has allowed me to have the position I'm in is to know that, A, that it just doesn't always work out, and B, what gives you the best chance to win games. And listen, there's no one formula for what that looks like. But there is consistencies in the formula that if they take place, give you your best opportunity. And that starts with everybody working on the same page, being together. I don't feel like that's an issue at all for our club. But beyond that, it's some of the principles of fundamental baseball. And, it's about consistently throwing strikes and playing clean defense and executing on offense. And while we've done that, really well for some period of time this year, we haven't been as consistent the last 10 days. And, I've got to do my part to make sure that, we're consistent with the preparation, which, the preparation part has been really good. It's an elite preparation with every department and just making sure the focus is right. And then after that is, the execution is what it is. And we've got to be able to be more consistent with it. And I got to do my part.
Yeah. It would be really behoove Mike Schilt to start throwing some strikes. Oh, that's right. He doesn't actually throw the pitches, but they can't walk everybody. It's got to start tonight with Pivetta getting through, first couple of innings and like 25 pitches total instead of like
45.
45. That's been happening. All these short, starts and a lot of runs given up.
I usually like when managers and coaches, when they take it on themselves, because ultimately the team does answer to them, even though the players are actually playing. Because it would be really easy for managers and coaches to say, "Hey, I'm not the one playing. We put them in the great spots. They're not executing."
That would be a horrible.
And they would
thing.
never do that.
Would be a horrible. The only, who does say, the only person who would say that would be Coach Angel Reese.
Coach Angel Reese.
Yeah, once she starts coaching a team, she'll start calling out her players like she does her teammates. But
that wasn't good.
That wasn't great. But Mike Schilt, I think his preparation is there. But I'm really curious to hear what he says, here in a few minutes about why he changed the lineup today. I mean, that had to go along with his preparation, and he's had 48 hours, and he and his coaches and staff and people to sit on it. And they changed it.
Yeah.
So we'll see, what went into that. I'm curious to see what he'll have to say. One other thing, though, I wanted to get to that he talked about with Ben and Woods this morning, the weekend rotation plans. We already did hear earlier that Vasquez does have a locker there at Coors Field, so it's looking like he's the guy tomorrow. But also an update on Michael King, which Mike Schilt gave to the guys this morning.
Yeah, we got the Vetter today, and we've got a TBA tomorrow, and we got Cease on Sunday.
Okay. And then Michael King, I know you mentioned on Wednesday, not in pen, but as things were going well and recovering well, that we could see him back sooner rather than later. Any update on how he's feeling coming off of his side session? I think was the last one that he threw.
Michael threw a game in Arizona in a bridge game, threw 5 innings yesterday, 62 pitches, and was able to field his position. And it hasn't been so much of Michael being able to get on the mound. It's been more about Michael recovering from the load of what's taking place that given day when he's asking to compete a little bit more in either a side or a live, or yesterday an actual game. So we'll see how he recovers, and if he does, he's trending towards getting back with us.
That's good news.
Keep your fingers crossed there. I mean, I honestly don't even care how Michael King does when he comes back.
He just needs to be
I
there.
just want him to get 3 or 4 starts before the playoff.
Yeah.
And, hopefully that's going to happen. But tomorrow, that spot is going to go to either an opener or Vasquez. By all accounts.
Yeah.
The other spot that they have to think about is Cortez going to come around again next week against the Reds. Are you going to start him again? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know that you could. I don't know that you'd be in a hurry to do it.
Do you think that this coaching staff feels like 4 starts isn't enough?
I don't know. Right now, Cortez is set for Tuesday night against the Reds. So I'm just saying, I don't, you going to do that or not? We'll see. We'll take a break. When we come back, some NFL injury notes. It's Friday before the opening games of the season. Just a couple of quick ones, and then we'll get into the Big Five.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, I know. You gave me that look, and I was ready for you.
Thank you.
Friday. Had a good interview, I thought, earlier. Bryce Johnson was with us.
Yes, he was.
Get to know him a little bit. If you missed it, you can go back to our website there, 973thefansd.com.
It's up there.
Skraby will have it.
It's already there.
And you can listen to Bryce. He was quite good.
Or you can go to youtube.com, type in 97.3 The Fan. The video's up there as well.
All right, good. Bryce Johnson was on earlier. Mike Schilt was on with Ben and Woods this morning. We played you some of that. And we hope to play you some more Mike Schilt from Coors Field, where he is currently speaking and no doubt discussing, among other things, his decision to put Ryan O'Hearn in the 2-hole tonight and put Luis Ariz right next to him on the bench. I did look up Ryan O'Hearn just for giggles. This year, against left-handed pitching, he's hitting .292. He's been great. Even better than that since he came here.
Yeah, he's been great.
But something to keep in mind, not saying one way or the other, just citing numbers. .292 is 80 points above his career average against lefties. 80. His OPS is .872 this year. That is 240 points higher than his career. The only thing I want to say, and then I'll probably get some mean tweets because, that's all.
Well, then stop saying these things.
Well, I need to say it. I have to put up with it. The career numbers against left-handed pitching is probably why Mike Schilt did not immediately plug him in against left-handed pitching.
I don't disagree with that.
But he has hit it well since he's been here. And so he gets an opportunity tonight, and we'll see how long that goes. And we'll see, if Ariz is on the bench for a while or just against lefties, we'll see how that goes. But we'll hear from Mike Schilt, hopefully on that. I just go straight to the Big Five. The NFL injury stuff, we already talked about McCaffrey. I do want to say one thing. McCaffrey has been listed as questionable, but according to NFL.com, McCaffrey says, quote, he feels great.
That's what I figured.
I don't understand why they would even put him on the list then, but
they have to. Okay. If he goes to the trainers and says, hey, I got something going on with my calf, they have to put it on the list.
But he obviously didn't tell the trainer he feels great. Did he walk in and tell the trainer, I feel great? Perfect. We're going to put you on the injured list.
I don't know.
I don't really get it, but that's what they're doing.
I'm not the right person to talk about this.
Malik Neighbors should play for the Giants. He's been kind of a little questionable. I did see one that a lot of people might want to know about. Kicker Tyler Bass, Buffalo, put him on the IL. So if you're a Tyler Bass kicker owner, you're going to need to make other arrangements.
We're talking about kickers.
Yes, we are, but it's fantasy football, and it matters. All right, Scrape, get us to traffic in the Big Five.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
Traffic is brought to you by Caltrans, reminding you that southbound I-5 is closed at State Route 52 starting tonight. The 15 slows down on the northbound side at Howay Road. This is all because of a collision off on the shoulder. Delays go back to Mercy Road. The 163 northbound slows down with some debris in the left lane at Mesa College Drive. Caltrans reminds you that as part of the I-5 Asset Management Project, southbound I-5 is closed from State Route 52 to Mission Bay Drive until Monday morning. Please plan ahead and use alternative routes like Interstate 805. I'm Sue Aller with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
Oh, Chris was pointing at me. I didn't know if he had something to say.
No, just playing the music.
All right.
All right.
Thank you for the lead-in.
You know, like when Tony tinkles the ivories
Yes.
for the NFL music.
Even though it's not piano
Even though there's no
at
ivories
all.
being tinkled.
I mean, that's something that we have been talking about for like 5 years now. If you love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's for authentic Mediterranean cuisine in Coronado or La Jolla for dining or takeout options. Visit spiroscuisine.com. I'm not going to lie, it's kind of a slow sports day in a way.
Okay.
So we're going to have some fun.
Number 5.
And I'm going to make up some topics, Chris. First one.
Okay.
Who's more important to get going right now for the Padres? Fernando or Manny?
Yeah. It's a both. I mean, I can't differentiate. You got to have them both. And I think it's funny, Merrill is the one that's really been slumping and not, returning to form after the ankle
It's been a
yet.
really tough year.
So I'd like to see some of that. But we said it a long time ago, during all of this arguing and haranguing over who bats second and then, Lorian, all these guys. Manny and Fernando are going to determine the fate of the Padres. They're just the guys that stir the drink. I think Fernando's showing some signs. Manny, he's in one of his Manny slumps. But the good news is there's 20 games left for him to get on one of his Manny heaters, and I'd like to see one about now.
He's shown us this year that he can get out of a slump, relatively quickly.
We kind of thought he was a gimme for the 30 home runs again, right?
I kind of thought he was going to win the batting title.
Right, he had the batting title in his sights. The home runs, he's not going to make it now. He's got 22.
He
needs 8 in 22 games.
Well, if he does make it to 30, that means things are going well.
That's a good sign. That'll be a really good sign. But Manny's hit 2 home runs is all.
I think it's got to be.
I'm going back July 29. He's got 2 home runs since then.
I think it's got to be Manny if we're going to choose one, just because Manny, we always say, the saying is the team goes the way Manny goes. And if Manny Machado is good, they're winning games. If Manny Machado struggles, it seems like they lose games. So
again, and some of the Arise haters will tell you that now they have to pitch to Ryan O'Hearn and, they can't pitch around. Wait,
can't pitch around Toddy.
Take it the other way, right?
Yeah.
They can't pitch around Toddy now because they don't have an automatic out behind him.
I'm not gonna lie, very interested to see how this works tonight.
Of course,
very interested.
And don't put too much into tonight. Give it some time.
Yes, I agree with that.
But we'll also be interested tonight. And if Ryan O'Hearn hits a home run,
I'll be tweeting you.
You and everyone else. Will be
I'll lead the charge on the tweets.
As if I'm rooting against him, which is just not true.
It's not true.
No.
You're right.
Number 4.
All right, so I stole this topic, Chris, but I saw it on Rich Eisen this morning. I thought it was a fun
like Rich Eisen, by the way.
Yes.
He's doing the game tonight. He's the play-by-play of the game in Brazil.
Okay, well, there you
Yeah,
go.
he's a good
I thought it
announcer.
was a fun conversation, so let me set it up.
Okay.
Basically, it's who had the worst week. Texas quarterback Arch Manning for looking like the opposite of the next great. North Carolina head coach Bill Belichick for getting blown out by TCU at home in his debut. Or Alabama head coach Kalen DeBoer for getting beat by Florida State on the road in their opener. I'm up first. I think Bill Belichick. This was a disaster.
Really?
I think Arch has time to prove that he can do it, but all eyes. Arch can have a full season, and at the end of the season, everybody be like, man, he was really bad in that one game. Bill Belichick had every single football eye in the world watching this game, and they got destroyed by Braden's TCU Horned Frogs.
They sure look good on the first drive, though.
They did. That was the
hilarious thing about it.
They
took
like
the ball and went down the field like an NFL team, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Like they were just hopeless after that.
So I'll say Bill Belichick.
I won't. Belichick's next 3 games are against Charlotte, Richmond, and UCF. So look for him to be 3-1 before Clemson. I expect Belichick to take time to figure it out and get these kids all together. It takes a long time to get a whole team together. Arch Manning, I can't blame him in a lot of ways because that was a media-created thing.
Yeah.
But I think he had the worst week. I just do. I think he fell the most, off the platform that they put him on.
He did
because he wasn't even reasonably good. And Sarkisian didn't trust him to do anything, which tells me that Sarkisian isn't even thinking all that about him yet.
Yeah, it was all, you said it earlier this week, but it was all those stupid wide receiver screens to get things
Miami
going.
Dolphin passes, yeah.
But when everybody knows the wide receiver screen is happening, it
doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
I can be the first to tell you. The Alabama guy,
He's getting heat for...
That's just overreaction.
Yeah, I think so.
Florida State has a good program. They had a bad team last year, and they took it out on Alabama. Good for them.
Number 3.
For tonight's Chargers-Chiefs game in Brazil, we kind of touched on this yesterday, but let's get more into it. Both teams' logos are going to be on the field, with each in the respective end zone. You may ask, why is this a big deal? Well, technically, this is a Chargers home game, so it should have Chargers logos all over the field. This is a new NFL policy for all international games, though, according to spokesman Brian McCarthy, quote, to further enhance the atmosphere as a big event and create a special look and feel for international games, end quote. Chris, is this a sneaky way for the NFL to promote the Chiefs on a world stage?
No. And Charger fans crying about this are looking like idiots.
I'm going to cry about it, so go ahead.
Well, you're not even a Charger fan. You're
I know.
Cry about
I know.
It,
I don't like the Chargers at all, but I will defend them.
It's a yellow paint in an end zone is all that it is. It has nothing to do with it. The home game went away from the Chargers the minute they moved the game to Brazil.
No. This counts as their home record.
I understand it does, but it's not being played at their home. Do you understand that too?
Oh, of course I do.
So,
but when the NFL played the Eagles and the Packers last year, and the Eagles were the home team, the Eagles had their logos in both end zones.
Well, they've changed it up.
I wonder why.
They made a change. Just to benefit the Chiefs.
Yeah. I saw a great tweet that
I know you're going to believe that. I will watch the game tonight for 2 reasons. 1, I want to see Taylor Swift, and 2, I want to see how the officials cheat to benefit the Chiefs.
There you go.
I'm joking. I don't want to see either of those things, but I have a feeling I'm going to see them both. How are the Chiefs going to luck out tonight? That is the question that was answered 10 times in their favor last year.
It did.
It was incredible.
Back to me.
But having said that, Harbaugh's a cheating sucker who probably shouldn't be coaching either on the other side, to be honest with you.
Could be.
He got away with murder there at the Michigan thing and then washed his hands of it and came here and, thinks he's scot-free. He's not scot-free in my mind. Sorry, Harbaugh.
Well, I think this is ridiculous because the
That's
NFL.
ridiculous?
No. The logo thing.
Oh,
if you're going to say it's a home game and you're going to make it a big deal that they get this home game in Brazil, then you better make sure it looks like it's a home game. I think this is ridiculous. If this was
stupid.
If the Chargers were playing the Broncos, guarantee you Broncos logo's not in the end zone.
Guarantee you're wrong.
Guarantee you're wrong.
They're going to have more of these international games.
Yeah, it's going to be like this now because they've created a standard for Patrick Mahomes and the stupid Chiefs.
Number 2.
All right. A strange scene went down in the Yankees-Astros game last night. Astro and former Padre Taylor Trammell's bat was called into question by Yankees manager Aaron Boone. There was this weird mark on the bat, so he asked the umpires. And then Aaron Boone was asked after the game. I really hope this plays because it has not been working for me, but let's try to go down to Aaron Boone.
What happened with the bat there with Trammell?
It's just something we noticed this series and asked the league about. And,
the video's playing, but that thing's not playing. It really makes me angry. All right. Basically, he said that the bat had this weird scuff mark on it, and so they had been noticing that Taylor Trammell was using this bat, and so they asked the umpires whether or not they agreed that the bat was out of the specs or whatever, and the umpires didn't know either, so they sent it to an authenticator who is going to send it to the Major League Baseball offices to see if this bat was okay to use. Chris, do you think Aaron Boone should have done this?
I need to duck in with not breaking news, but something I just read that's important.
Oh, okay.
Padres have just placed left-handed pitcher Nestor Cortez on the 15-day IL.
Oh.
That is retroactive to September 4th. That means he's not due back till at least the 19th. That means not only do the Padres have to find somebody for his rotation spot, or if the rotation spot tomorrow, which appears it'll be Vasquez, they're going to need somebody to pitch Tuesday against the Reds because it will not be Cortez.
All right. No, that's big enough news. That's big enough news.
So
biceps tendonitis.
Yeah, that's the...
I hate to say it this way, or is it the home runs allowed-initis?
Yeah, I think it's probably closer to that.
Okay.
So I don't remember we're done with this, right? We're done with this. You think it's... Oh, no, we're with Aaron Boone.
Aaron Boone, yes.
Well, the only thing I'm not a big fan of trying to come up with all this stuff and pointing out. Jeff Sanders also tweets out Randy Vasquez has been told he's starting tomorrow.
Okay, good. I love all this news that we're getting right now.
I'm giving you updates. So one starting spot is confirmed. The other one is now up in the air, basically.
Hey, they got time.
They got till Tuesday on the Cortez thing. I'm not a stickler for stuff like this. Aaron Boone, I think, is being painted as a stickler. You got to remember what organization he's playing against right now.
It's
still
asterisks.
the cheating asterisks. Yeah. And I heard that the bat, didn't meet specs, so they're checking it to see now if there could be something with it. I don't know Taylor Trammell, but I do know the Astros, and I can't put it past them.
We've met Taylor Trammell and interviewed Taylor Trammell. He does not seem like a cheater, but you never know. I mean,
Fernando doesn't either, but he got caught.
Oh, good point. Dang it. Okay, so this is the last one, Chris, but they were interviewing a Las Vegas TV station was interviewing a young Raiders fan. Here's what he had to say.
If you're so into the NFL, you know your Raiders, I can tell right here. How are you feeling with the team this year?
We're not going to the Super Bowl. I already know it.
We got a realistic Raiders fan here. This is odd. This is the first interview I've ever had like this. The Super Bowl chances are not good, but what is it going to take for the Raiders to have a successful season, you think?
Not to get arrested.
All right, there you go. The kid says not to get arrested. He also doesn't think his team is going to the Super Bowl. Is this the most realistic fan in the world?
I just think it's sad that so many NFL players in the minds of people get arrested that a little kid is even thinking this top of mind. It's not good for the league.
No, not good.
They'll keep letting all of these guys play, and so be it.
All right, more Padres news on the other side. Also, Chris versus the fans, 833-288-0973.
final segment or two before we turn it over to Sam Levitt's Padre pregame show. Sam's going to have a lot to talk about. Because there's a lot of Padre news, and it's all kind of happened here in the last hour. First up, Luis Arraez, not in the lineup tonight. Ryan O'Hearn batting second and playing first base. Mike Schilt, according to Sam, was asked about it. We don't have the actual sound, or do we?
I do, but I have to edit it, so we have to do it in the next segment.
All right, we'll edit it. But Sammy said that as we expected, Mike Schilt just kind of blew it off as like it's no big deal. But it is a big deal.
Which is what he should do.
So we're not going to get a lot out of Mike Schilt on that. But that was the first thing of the day. The second thing of the day, Randy Vasquez is in Denver. And according to Jeff Sanders tweeting out, Randy Vasquez has been told he will be the starter tomorrow night in Denver. So we got our way there. We asked for Arraez to be removed. We asked for Vasquez to be brought in. We were granted both wishes. And here's a third wish that I think a lot of you had. Nestor Cortez has been played on the 15-day injury list. He will not be eligible to pitch again until September 19th at the earliest. I think we all rooted for that to happen too. Not that he'd be hurt.
Yeah.
But as Skraby and I surmised, what do they call it? Biceps tendinitis?
Tendinitis.
Yeah. Maybe. I and you said it, I think, better than I did, which was might just be, stiff neck-itis from
home run allowed tendinitis.
Yeah. But
also he's been coming off injury, so maybe I can't say that the guy's not injured because I don't know.
Right. We don't know, but we're surmising. So those three things. And I think that fans of the Padres should be dancing in the aisles. Now let's see if that translates to wins, which we must have starting tonight against Kyle Freeland. By the way, Freeland started the other night against the Giants, gave up the bomb home run to Devers, second batter of the game, then screamed at Devers.
Yeah.
And Matt Chapman pushed him, and there was a big
melee,
fight,
not melee, but
yeah. Freeland got ejected. Chapman and Freeland both got suspended. I don't think Freeland has served his yet. He's appealing, but Freeland is a bit of a
hothead.
Remember the time they took him out in Coors Field and he just destroyed the top part of the dugout with his bat and just left crap all over the place.
And he destroyed a light.
Yeah, he's I
don't know what his problem was with Devers. Devers hit a long home run.
It was long.
He stared.
He stared because he was trying to see if it would go fair. I didn't think that was a bad, he was kind of trying to lean it fair. It was right down the line. Kyle Freeland's just a hothead, and hopefully the Padres will give him something to be hot about tonight. You would think that Kyle Freeland getting beat and giving up runs would be something he's kind of used to by now.
Hey-o.
Sorry about that, Kyle, but I had to. That was an easy one.
He's going to run in here and start destroying the lights in here.
Yeah, that was an easy one. All right, 833-288-0973. You can play some Chris versus the Fans trivia. You can win some stuff. Let's go.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, you're going to be playing for this today. You will have the chance to win 2 tickets to the Head and the Heart at Gallagher Square on September 29th. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Also, well, actually, that's it. The rules: you have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get the question wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, you move on to the next question or you win. If you are a first-time player, let us know before you get into it, and you'll get that first question for free today. All right, let's go to our first contestant. Let's go to Scott. Hello, Scott.
Hello.
Oh, hey, it's got me nervous that the phones weren't working again. All right, Scott, you ready to play?
Yeah, real quick.
What?
I just got back last night from Vegas because I won
Oh,
and my wife and I went and saw Bruno Mars for the.
Good for you.
So people do win.
People do win, and I love that. I love that
Good for you, Scott.
Was it a fun time?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, great.
Always.
Thank you for telling us that. That's actually very nice to hear. I've actually never heard of anyone telling us about their time, so this is great.
I'm very happy for you.
All
Good
right.
job. I'm glad you enjoyed.
Well, he's
Nothing
not
like
a first-time player, so
certainly not. What are we playing for today, by the way?
I already said.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
I missed it.
Okay.
I'm
Here we
busy.
go.
Head and the heart tickets.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Scott. Here we go. Question number 1. Who holds the Major League Baseball record for most consecutive games played?
Cal Ripken.
That is correct.
Junior.
Yeah. All right, here we
He's
go.
got it by
Question
a
number
wide
2.
margin.
Yes, just a little bit. Just a little bit. That's one of those first questions that I ask all the time every once in a while because everybody knows it
No
already.
thanks to Kevin Costner. He has that
I
record.
know. I always bring that up too, even though it's
the
false.
old wives' tale. Yeah.
All right. Question number 2. Who scored the first touchdown of the NFL season?
Last night.
Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams is correct.
He got 2 touchdowns last night. I don't think too many people rang that up on their fantasy total because I don't believe he was in a lot of people's lineups.
Thankfully, I did not play against him, which usually happens to me. All right, here we go. Question number 3, Scott. You might be qualified, or actually, you're going to win these tickets. Never mind. I'm all over the place.
You just get it straight up.
Yeah, here we go. I hope this caused controversy yesterday, but I'm looking for a specific answer. Who was the first Astro player selected to the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame?
First Astro. That's tough.
I'm gonna pass.
Oh,
doesn't want to give me any
okay. He's playing the game, Chris.
Well, this is tough because, again, you're probably looking for somebody that is, a big-time Astro, whereas I could try to give you somebody who's, just played for the Astros, like Nolan Ryan or somebody like that. But I don't think you're looking for that.
No, I'm not. I will tell you that.
I think you're looking for an Astro, and there's only 2 guys I can even think to guess. One's Biggio and one's Bagwell, and I don't know who went in before who, but we interviewed Bagwell, so I'll go with him.
Bagwell.
Jeff Bagwell.
Wow.
50-50.
Biggio.
It was Biggio.
Stay
Good
there,
for you,
Scott.
Scott, all right.
You
Good
win
for
those
you.
tickets. You got to hang on until the break.
Scotty.
It was Biggio. I remember Biggio because his helmet growing up, I always noticed his helmet was always like super messed up with like pine tar
kind of like a la Fernando.
Yeah.
Fernando's helmet is disgusting. I don't know why he wouldn't want to clean it up and just look more shiny up there.
I don't know. I think I kind of like that.
You
look.
like it that dirty though?
Yeah, makes me feel like, hey, I've been grinding. I'm in the
all right, whatever. Okay, you can put a bunch of crap on your helmet, and you're never going to look like you're grinding.
Oh yes, I will. There's no marks on the helmet in high school, Chris. I used to try to get stick marks on my helmet. Do you know what a stick mark is? It's like when the face mask hits the helmet, it rubs off some of the paint so that you could see like the paint. And in practice, I would get a good stick mark, and I would admire it.
You'd be pleased with that.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, you see this stick mark over here? I took a big hit.
Somebody crushed me.
Someone crushed me.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that.
I got my head in there.
Good for you.
All right, that was
all right. So that's the end of Chris versus the Fans for the day. We do have our picks for the AFC West and NFC West. Do we going to have time to get that in the last segment? Or do you have something we need to do? Because we do want to hear the Mike Schilt thing. We want to hear about him, at least what he had to say about why Arise is not in the lineup tonight.
Yes.
And from what I'm told by Sam Levitt, it's not going to make anybody feel any clearer about this decision. It's going to be a typical Mike Schilt, I'm not giving anything away answer. But I do think that it is telling that Arise is not starting. It was one thing to give him a day off a couple of weeks ago or 10 days ago, but this to me is a clear sign that they really believe that that's just not the way to go. So we'll see where it goes. Skraby will
I'll ferret
put
it
together.
out.
You'll ferret it out. Good for you. It's about time you start ferreting some stuff out over there. We'll do that. We'll check traffic. Remind everybody the fire, the evacuation warnings out in Spring Valley. If you have homes, you have neighbors, you have friends, live out that way, make sure that you take care of everybody and your loved ones and yourself. And we'll come back with more Gwynn and Chris.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic.
All right, I'm feverishly working on my picks for the AFC and NFC West. We got to wrap up our NFL preview. Final segment of this show. Then Sammy Levitt gets you back into the world of baseball. Padres pregame show. You'll hear all about Luis Arraez not in the starting lineup tonight. You'll hear all about Randy Vasquez starting tomorrow, and you'll hear about Nestor Cortez going to the IL and certainly not starting next Tuesday or anytime soon thereafter. Skraby alongside Tony's idol today, Padres and Rockies coming up. Mike Schilt was asked today, why no Luis Arraez tonight? Here's what he had to say. Don't expect to learn much.
Why do you have to say that? Just
pointing it out.
I've always played a lot this year. A couple things, not the primary one, but the way things lined up was he was able to get an extra day after an off day, so it's 2 full days for him. O'Hearn and Sheets have been really good against lefties. We got a lefty on their side today, and that's the highlights of it.
Course field play in a part of too, like just plays that rewards slug and they slug.
It's a part, but we take Louis anywhere.
Good guys. Thanks, Mike.
All right,
appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
All right, good. Turn it down.
Sorry, I was.
What were you doing?
I was talking on the phone. And
Yes, I
couldn't
could
hear.
tell.
Yes, I'm sorry.
All right, so there you go. Rye's not playing tonight. Day after a day off. I did acknowledge that O'Hearn has been hitting lefties well.
Okay, good.
Something that everybody else out there seemed to notice a long time ago.
Yeah, we have the access to the stats. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and he didn't evidently look at them. All right.
I you know what? He doesn't actually have to look at the stats. He has a better feeling. Like if he goes up to a guy and he's like,
not according to the people that have tweeted me, he doesn't have a better feeling.
oh, well, you can't listen to those people because no one has a better feeling.
All right. Anyway, as I said earlier, everybody's getting what they want. You got Arraez out. You got Vasquez starting tomorrow. You got Cortez on the injured list. It's all going our way, fans.
You sound kind of bitter. I just have
absolutely not. I
point that
want it
out.
to work. I want it to work. I will say, I don't think bitter. I will tell you that I am curious in the back of my mind what the next big thing that we'll complain about is. Because now this one, we'll have to come up with something else to complain about.
Let me predict it. Let me think.
You want to predict what that'll be? Yeah.
Well, the next thing will probably, it's got to be if, say, Suarez gives up a lead.
Miller.
Miller, we need Miller as the closer. Yeah, something
okay.
like that.
Fair
Because
enough.
Suarez is constantly in the crosshairs for some reason.
Well, I would say who you more confident in? You.
Between who? Suarez and
Eighth
Miller?
inning or ninth inning? Which one do you feel better? I got to say eighth.
I do too, but Suarez has that experience, but Mason Miller looks amazing.
It's not like Mason Miller never closed. He was the closer for the
Yeah,
A's.
and it's not like he didn't
exactly
throw
what
an
to do.
immaculate inning the other day or anything.
Yeah. All right.
But we've also seen him struggle against the Dodgers if he doesn't, or was it the Dodgers? Yeah. If he doesn't pull the if he doesn't
scoop.
Yes, he probably gives up the lead in that game. Then he gave up that home run against the Diamondbacks earlier in the year. So he's not perfect either.
Nobody is. All right, let's pick the NFC and AFC West before we get out of here. Because I like to get my picks in before toe meets leather for official purposes on Sunday. Hey, there we go. Wait, let me do my Tony impression.
Which is him tickling the ivories.
I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he's a weirdo.
All right, let's go. AFC West. Who wins it?
AFC West.
Who wins it, Scrape? Who wins the division? Is it the Chiefs for the 10th year in a row? 10. They've won 9 in a row.
I hate to say it.
They've been to the AFC playoff championship 7 years in a row. They've been to the Super Bowl 5 of 6.
I hate to say it, but
you hate them too.
I am buying into the Broncos hype. I'm going to go with the Broncos to win the division this year. They have a really, really good defense. And Bo Nix proved to me last year at least he could play a little bit.
The last game of the season didn't say much because the Chiefs sat everybody, but Denver did beat them 38-0. The game that did tell me something was the game that was in Kansas City last year. that the Chiefs only won because they blocked a 30-yard field goal, which is not normally going to happen.
Which is one of the million ways that they won last year.
To me, if Denver's that close last year, they can pass them this year. I'm taking Denver too.
Wow. Last place.
This is easy for the Raiders. There's no way out. And I really do like Pete Carroll. I think they finally have got the right thing there. If they give Pete Carroll a few years,
might take a year or two.
Yeah, not this year.
The
Raiders. Okay.
Who's your MVP of the division?
You mentioned him, Bo Nix.
Wow.
I didn't think he was going to be good at all, so I was wrong. He was really good last year, and I don't see why he won't get better. He's a guy. You know, I mentioned yesterday about Caleb Williams. Doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that wants to be psycho crazy devoted to that position. And that's why I don't think he'll ever be as successful as he can be. Bo Nix, to me, is the opposite. This guy studied everybody. He talked to people all year, off season. He's out, meeting with Peyton Manning, whoever he meet. You know what I mean? He wants to just drink it in. I think Nix is going to win the thing.
All right.
Who do you got?
Well, I don't want to go with Bo Nix, but I'm going to go with something kind of crazy.
Okay.
I love Patrick Surtain II.
Oh, Denver's
he won
corner?
he won the Defensive Player of the Year last year. I think he's going to get better. I'm going to say he is the MVP.
You know, his dad played for the Dolphins.
I do.
But his dad's name was Patrick Surtain.
It's not Surtain?
No, they got it wrong all the time he was playing.
See, that's so funny to me.
Yeah, he was Pat Surtain and the entire time until his career was over. Then his son became Pat Surtain.
You know, I bet you people have told him he's like, no, it's Surtain. They're like, you're wrong. It's Surtain.
Right.
Breakout, Chris.
This is easy. RJ Harvey, running back, Broncos.
Oh, you're all in on the Broncos.
Well, who's going to break out on the Chiefs? Travis Kelce? I mean, he's kind of already been there and done that. So this guy, everybody says he's really good. So we'll see. He and Dobbins will get hurt before too long. So
I'm going to go with a crazy pick.
You may. You better do
it. Raiders wide
have a lot of
receiver
time.
Dante Thornton.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. I don't even know who that is. So
I have been listening to a bunch of fantasy football podcasts, and they're like, this guy could be the week one guy. And I read a bunch about him. I'm going to say he's the
Geno Smith throwing the ball to him. Is that right?
I mean, Geno's been fine, I guess.
Yeah, Dante Thornton Jr. He and the other starter, if you can name the three Raider receivers, go right to the head of the class.
Jacoby Myers,
Dante Thornton, and I've never heard of this guy either. Trey Tucker's his name.
No, I have not heard of him.
Brock Bowers could be a breakout, but he's
already broke out.
Yeah.
Tommy on the chat says Omarion Hampton to the Chargers. The problem with me saying he's going to break out is that I don't trust rookies.
I know you don't. All right, what's the bold pick? Who's up? Me?
Yeah.
It's funny that the chat. Who was that who mentioned that?
Tommy.
Here's my bold prediction for the AFC West. And not only my prediction, but I'm really hoping it happens. I say that when it's all said and done, Omarion Hampton rushes for more yardage than Ashton Genty.
All right. I mean, I might be able to see that.
That's my bold prediction. I shouldn't be rooting against Genty. It's just that everybody's already put him in the Hall of Fame, and that kind of bothers me. It's not even his fault. Like, they're putting him in the Hall of Fame. He's not doing it himself.
I wonder how much fantasy talk mixes with like real football talk. Like, do real football talk guys think that Ashton Genty is going to be this great guy, or is it just the fantasy people leading the charge on?
Well, I think anytime you're talking football now, you have to be thinking a little fantasy because most people are into the
I agree.
Fantasy.
All right, my bold prediction. I've said this before, but this is pretty bold. Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs.
You did say that. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's not going to be right, but who knows?
They deserve to go like 5-12 this year after last year.
They do.
But
the NFL won't allow that to happen.
Stop it.
The NFL will allow it to happen because they need Taylor Swift they need Taylor Swift to perform at the Super Bowl that her boyfriend's playing or her husband's playing in.
Stop it.
This year.
Stop it.
All right, NFC West, Chris.
You go first.
All right, first place, I'm going to go with my team, the 49ers.
Of course you are.
Who are you going to go
Even
with?
though you've told me
that I don't believe in them. I know
continually that they're the worst team you've ever seen. They have no receiving. They have no running backs
This
now
is true.
because McCaffrey's hurt. And
this is true.
And you've complained about this team ad nauseum.
I have.
So I'm buying your disaster, and I'm picking the Seahawks.
You're gonna pick the Sam Darnold-led Seahawks.
That's what I'm doing.
All right, who's in last place in this division?
It's a coin flip. You're first.
Yeah, it is a.
Let's remind everybody who was last in this division a year ago.
The 49ers were.
Good, very good.
49ers
I want to make sure everybody's aware of that.
I am really torn about the Rams this year. I have no idea what's going to happen with them. If Matt Stafford's back is bad, they're going to be bad. I'm going to say the Rams, and I don't really feel great about it. I'm not saying that they're a bad team. I'm just saying that Matt Stafford getting through 17-game season and being great is far-fetched at this point for me.
They were on their way to last year, and then they pulled it out the second
They
half.
did. They were great in the second
As a matter
half.
of fact, the Dolphins crushed them on a Monday night. It was the only game Miami played well all year. But then the Rams took off, and then they came close to beating the Eagles. If it wasn't for all that snow, they might have beaten the Eagles.
They could have, yeah.
So the Rams got really good. But I think you're right. Stafford's breaking down. No more Cooper Kupp. Time for the Rams. It's in a close division. They could all be 9-7 or 9-8 and 8-9, and it could be that really tight. But I'll take the Rams last.
All right, who's your MVP of the division?
Sam Darnold.
Okay, wow.
I can't believe I just said that.
I know.
That's something's crazy.
MVP of the division, Sam Darnold. I already told you. How could you not ever think that?
Yeah. Who else would it be?
I'm gonna go with my guy, Brock Purdy.
CMC.
Brock Purdy. No, CMC is questionable.
He is questionable for the game Sunday. Officially listed as questionable for those fantasy owners, but he says he feels great. I love that.
Well, if he feels great, then I feel great.
Yeah. He walked into the training room, said, I feel great. They said, good. We're going to put you on the injured list.
You're questionable.
Yeah.
Breakout. I'm going to go first here.
You can.
And I think we're going to pick the same guy. Maybe not. But
okay.
If the 49ers are going to be good this year, Ricky Pearsall is going to have a massive year. So
remind everybody that he is the guy that was actually shot in the chest.
Yeah.
Right? As a rookie when he was with the
right before the season.
Just walking around the streets.
Yes, someone tried to rob him of his watch.
Incredible.
And they fought a little bit, and then he was shot. I've learned a lot about this. Like, Ricky Pearsall actually went and, talked to this person that shot him, things like that. So.
All right. I guess Marvin Harrison.
I thought about him too.
Can't be a breakout. Or
why?
Because
I
he was
think,
so bad, can he be a breakout?
I think he can be a breakout.
All right, I was going to take Pearsall too, but I'll go with Marvin Harrison to make it fun.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Mm-hmm.
All right, your bold prediction.
You're first.
No, you're first.
No, you did first in this division.
All right, my bold prediction is. Let me think about this for a second. I am going to say that my bold prediction is that the 49ers finish 13-4. That's bold.
I need a sip of drink.
I was going to
after
say
hearing
what's
that.
going on.
13-4.
I know it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't expect it.
Quick
but
reminder:
that's my bold prediction.
Niners finished last.
Yes, they did, and I have been telling you for the last 3 months that this team's going to be terrible.
They finished last. I loved it. I did. You know what makes me mad about them finishing last year?
What?
I didn't enjoy it enough. Like I should have been tap dancing on your grave the whole time. They lost 7 of their last 8 games.
I mean, it wasn't good.
The Dolphins beat them during that span. I think I should have been just dancing around wildly and enjoying every minute. They were trounced by the Packers, trounced by the Bills, trounced by the Dolphins, trounced by the Cardinals, everybody.
That Bills game was one of the hardest games I've ever had to watch.
They were horrible in that game.
Well, CMC comes back, has a long run, out for the rest of the year. Josh Allen received a touchdown from Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper's retired now.
Josh Allen got credit for throwing and catching a touchdown on the same play.
Insanity.
pretty crazy. I'm telling you what, I'm looking at your schedule. 13-4 is doable.
They have the easiest schedule.
They don't
in the
play
NFL.
anybody.
But how many times have we?
I'll be honest with you. They win in Seattle this week. They may not lose for a while.
You've told me this before. They were a last place team, so they play a last place schedule.
And they are playing a last place schedule. That could be dangerous for everybody. All right, my bold prediction is the 49ers go 14-3. There.
No.
14-3. They're going to run away with it. They're changing my pick to win the division.
Wow. Oh, you're going to change it?
Yes, they're going to win. I'm looking at their schedule. They can't lose. They got one game at Tampa Bay, which I think is tough. They got one game at Houston. Maybe Seattle. That's it. This week, 3 games. That's it. They're not losing any other games.
I think you're jinxing them.
14-3. Bold prediction. Niners. Bold. What is the thing?
What? Bold?
Gang Chang Niner Gang or whatever.
Oh,
what do I do?
Bang Bang Niner Gang.
Bang Niner Gang. Actually, all right. I'll change it. I'll change it.
Hold on.
I'll change it. There we go. All right, I'll do a different bold prediction because that's kind of silly.
Okay, what is it?
I'm going to stick with Seattle to win the division for fun. But here's my bold prediction. Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan team up as contestants on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
This is stupid.
And run through the game without using any lifelines because they are the 2 smartest people on earth. There you go. Kyle Shanahan.
I'm not even going to type that.
You're not going to put that.
I'm not even going to type that up. Not even going to give
Shanahan and McVay, the self-proclaimed 2 smartest people on earth. Aren't they?
I don't know. You proclaim to be pretty smart sometimes.
Me?
Yeah, you're always like, you guys don't know nothing out there.
Wow. I don't think I ever said
I know.
that.
I'm just wasting 30 seconds.
You insinuating that I do say that.
I'm just wasting 30 seconds, Chris.
You want to see this, everybody on YouTube? This is my phone.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to show you my code. Okay.
Yeah, that would be good.
That would be bad. This is my little button for X and Twitter. If Ryan O'Hearn goes 4 for 4 tonight in homers, I will not be pushing this button for a while.
I will be tweeting at you.
I know you will.
I'm leading the charge.
But here's the funny thing. I hope he goes 4 for 4 with a homer. I want it to work.
He's going 7 for 7 because they're scoring 30 runs tonight.
I think I'm like a root against it working. I hope that this happens, man. It's our team now. It's the fans' team. Lineup by the fans. Pitching rotation by the fans.
I believe it says manager.
Injury list by the fans.
Manager, the fans.
Yeah, we're it. Mike Schultz just doing our bidding for us now.
I like it.
Let's hope it starts out with a win tonight. Sam Levitt's pregame show. Good job, Skraby. Tony's back Monday. Have a good weekend.